Yo, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Time for another special Elden Ring mini-series. On the menu today is what would happen if my ultimate power start and my original Prisoner walkthrough got together and had a baby. Basically, I trimmed all the fat off my ultimate power start and only went after items that would be applicable to the Prisoner class, working to create a quick and dirty spell sword. And I managed to cut the running time in half. So without further ado, here's my special 90-minute Spellsword Speed Build. That's right, 90 minutes from a brand new game. You don't have to do the ultimate power start, just follow this walkthrough. Alright, enough of the small talk, let's get busy.
Major Slack Videos.
Okay, here we go. Gamer Slack is down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dub Slack is here in the rear of the gear on the microphone. It's going to go a lot faster like this. Elden Ring, new game. Start as the Prisoner. And I'm going to go with the female prisoner because I don't want to stare at a naked man's butt for 90 minutes. And I'm going to call her Sabrina. I'm going to go with the Lands Between Rune keepsake. Why do you always choose the Lands Between Rune keepsake? Because it's the most practical for any build. Everything else is either situational, redundant, or it comes with a penalty. Believe me, I've carefully considered all the keepsakes, and that's my humble opinion. Lands Between Rune, an extra 3,000 runes right at the start of the game instantly. It's most practical. Okay, I'm gonna... if you want to debate with me on that, that's okay. I don't mind if you disagree with me, it's okay. I'm gonna fast track the next part here because it's pretty routine. For those of you who are new to the game, it's a linear route. You're going to go into this area here and being up with the Grafted Sign boss fight. You're not expected to beat it. Just jump over the left side as soon as you see the big red boss health bar. So jump over. There's no shame in doing this. Don't worry about it. That's only for like bragging rights, beating that guy. And you get your flask charges. 4 flask charges to start out with. By default, they put it 3 health, 1 FP. I'm going to go the exact opposite at the next set of grace here, because we're playing as a sorcerer, so, you know, it's more like, it's all about FP. We need that magic juice. Okay, so down to flasks, allocate charges, 1 and 3. Okay, 1 emergency health flask just in case we screw up. Great, you're not going to screw up because you're rolling with the slack. And what's the motto? Stick with the slack and you won't get whacked. That's right. Now, on the way up here, I'm just going to strip Sabrina because armor is redundant in most situations and it's just dead weight. And I'm going to put her sword and the glintstone staff in her right hand and the shield in the left, and that's it. Then you're just going to head due north to the church. When you get near the church, don't forget to pick up this golden rune too here. This will give you an extra 400 runes. So now when you cash in at the merchant, you're going to have 3,400 runes to play around with right at the start. Rest of this set of grace. And pick up the smithing stone here, but this is also completely redundant, so don't worry about it. And sell your runes. Sell that golden rune too, and then the Lands Between Rune. Now you have 3,400 runes to play around with. Buy the crafting kit and 3 cracked pots. So that's a crafting kit and 3 cracked pots. Alright, next. I'm going to fast track this part too. If you're new to the game, just push through the woods to the north until you get to the gate front side of grace. Through the woods, up the hill. Keep the cliffs on your left side. Right over here, and to the gate front side of grace. Here you're going to meet Melina. And Melina's going to say some very important words, to which you're going to have to decide whether you accept or reject her deal. Okay, so listen very carefully to Melina.
Have you heard? They sir, but you, I can play the role. Turning to aid you, you need only take to the foot.
You get all that? Okay, accept. But wait a minute, what'd she say? It's like she said, have you heard? They sir, but you, I can play the role. Turning to aid you, you need only take to the foot. What? It's simple. You understand that? Okay, back to the Church of Ella. Yeah, it's, you know, it's just basic common sense, you know. And back at the Church of Ella, you're going to meet Ranni the Witch. She's going to give you the Spirit Calling Bell so you can call forth the Lone Wolf Ashes to aid you in boss fights and other locations. And that's it. I'm going to get back to normal speed here. Pouch the Spectral Steed Whistle and your Lone Wolf Ashes in a convenient place, either in your item roll or in your pouches. And you're going to go back to gate front. Here I'm just going to wait till daytime, and at gate front we're only after 2 things. The whetstone knife and the map. The prisoner starts out with the Yestok stabbing sword and the magic glint blade. Just use a magic glint blade on this guy. to kill him. It's going to be a lot easier making your escape. Trust me. Kill this one guy. That's it. And now we're going to grab the whetstone knife. This route I'm taking, I calculated to be the easiest way to get down to the cellar. So jump over here. I'm just going to hook around this side here. And you're going to jump off your horse just before, jump off your horse right now, and you can just go right down into the cellar. Easiest way to get there without any hassle. And nobody ever follows you down here. By the way, you're going to have to practice that a lot, eh? Jumping off your horse. Okay, and pick up the Ash of War Storm Stomp and the whetstone knife. And you can call up your horse down here and just gallop up, hook around to the left, and we're going to go grab the map. Yoink. And they just blew the alarm. Don't worry about it. Hop on your horse and gallop straight through Stormgate. As you're galloping northwest through Stormgate, a giant troll is going to drop down behind you and create kind of a shockwave. So you're going to double jump your horse right now, just before you get to this barrier. That way you won't get staggered when the troll drops down, which can happen. Actually, it happens all the time. So yeah, double jump through that barrier. Don't worry about that guy. Keep going. Up the road, I'm going to hook around to the right and grab the golden seed. Slack, there's 3 smithing stones off in the field over there. Yep. Don't need them. Keep going. Don't need them. Up here. Activate the Storm Hill Shack Set of Grace, and we're going to go talk to Rodrika and get the jellyfish ashes. I actually found a really good use for the jellyfish ashes. And don't forget this stone sword key right here. Talk to Rodrika 3 times. We're just gonna jam through her dialogue.
Only to have their arms, did you know? It's quite a lot.
That's the first time she gives you that gesture. This is the second time.
It's scary. I want to be like, I'm nothing but.
I'm just skipping all the dialogue for your viewing pleasure, and this is the 3rd time. Okay, and she gives you the jellyfish ashes, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to run through the rest of the dialogue. It doesn't matter. It's not going to screw up her quest or anything. Okay, at this point we're going to push east to War Master's Shack. We're going to pick up some fire arrows on the way. You can put a beacon right at this crossroads right here, just below there, just below those crossroads. With your glint blade, magic glint blade, we can kill a Cadence sellsword up ahead to make it a lot easier to get some fire arrows. So you're going to jump into these bushes right about here. Sneak up, sneaky, sneaky. Get right up his arse there, right in here. Lock on, charge the first glint blade, and send out 3 more right after. You can charge the magic glint blade by simply holding down the attack button. Okay, so hold down the attack button, you get an extra powerful glint blade, and pick up those fire arrows and continue on to War Master's Shack. I'm going to do that a lot. Whenever you see me casting out 4 glint blades, I always charge the first one. In fact, I think any time I cast magic glint blade, I always charge the first one. So just assume that, alright? Here we're going to buy the no skill Ash of War. It'll cost you 600 runes. You're going to need it for a shield that we're going to pick up shortly. That's all you're going to get from him. And now I'll put a beacon right here. This is an unmarked camp. I call it Exalted Flesh Camp because there's a free Exalted Flesh there. Just going to gallop to a location behind the camp. Take out 2 foot soldiers. And then open a chest which will give us the Beast Crest Heater Shield, which is a better shield than the one we have. Okay, glint blade on this guy should be an instant kill. Sneak up here. Is going to be another foot soldier asleep in front of the fire. Magic glint blade on him. That should be an instant kill. And go to this treasure chest and get the Beast Crest Heater Shield, which will give you 100% physical damage negation. The shield that we start out with only gives us about 75%, 78, 75, something like that. But don't sell that shield, okay? Don't sell the prisoner's shield. It's going to be useful later on. Okay, and then you just gallop through the camp here, grab this Exalted Flesh, and that's it. Our work here is done. Next, up the hill and cut to the left. And we're going to hook up with Alexander Iron Fist. Just follow this route here. There he is down there.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Oh,
So agree to help him. And you're going to get around the back and use your S-Talk, the sword that the prisoner starts out with, and do 4 charge attacks. And then just talk to him and he'll give you another Exalted Flesh. These are actually important to a prisoner build. Okay, so now we have 2 of them. Going to be very useful in boss fights coming up. Having done that, let's get down to this ravine here and go east down the ravine to the Site of Grace. I believe it's called the Saint's Bridge Site of Grace. All you have to do is discover. You could rest if you like. I am going to rest. Saint's Bridge. Oh yeah, we can add a flask charge using that golden seeds, and now we have 5 flask charges. Put one more into magic juice. And you're going to equip the Beast Crest Heater Shield and put the No Skill Ash of War on it. This is your new shield. This one only has 76, there we go, 76 damage protection. This one has 100. Okay, so it's much better. But once again, do not sell the prisoner shield. Okay, read my lips. Do not sell it. I've seen in other walkthroughs that, you know, I wanted to use it later and people are posting comments that I sold my prisoner shield. I didn't tell you to sell it. Did I tell you to sell it? Okay. No, don't sell it. Okay, back at gate front, okay? If you can, pick up 2 smoldering butterfly on the way through. If you find this a little too hairy, don't bother with it. It's not really essential, but, you know, it would be nice if you could pick up these 2 smoldering butterfly. And there's the second one, and just continue. If you can't handle that though, don't worry about it. Just go straight through and jump off and discover the Agil Lake North Site of Grace. Next stop is Bach. It's a special rust-colored bush pretty much dead ahead east to southeast of this location. It's a little rust-colored bush right here.
Could you help us out, Cully?
Jump in front of it and hit it and talk to Bach. And just jam through Bach's dialogue, and this is the fastest way to get 10 mushrooms. Okay, now we have 10 mushrooms. Grab the arteria leaf here, and we're going to go jamming southeast across the bridge. There is a smithing stone on the bridge. I'm fully aware of that. We're just going to ignore it. Don't need it. So just jam up the right side of the bridge here. Ignore that horseman there. And we're going straight east to Waypoint Ruins. I know there's another Somber smithing stone off to the right there. We're going to ignore that too. Don't need it. Do the what now, Slack? Yep, don't need it. Keep going. Waypoint Ruins. First boss fight. Get on your game face. You can easily handle this with the magic glint blade and your new shield. As soon as you go in, pop out your wolves, your lone wolves, and just simply block. Pop out the wolves, block. You won't take any damage. Boom, and just roll through to the right, go to the far corner, refill your FP, and cast out 4 magic glint blades. Charge the first one, as always. Charge the first one, and then 3 more right away. Lock off, or rather refill your FP, lock off, and run to this corner over here. Don't even think about it, just go there right away. And if he comes at you, what you're going to do is block. If he doesn't come at you, cast out 4 more magic glint blades. He didn't come at me, so I cast out 4 more glint blades, and just wait here. He's going to come at you. If he comes at you right away, just block. You can tank many of his hits. He totally tanked them, and just roll through, go to the opposite corner, rinse and repeat. Easiest way to take this guy down. Lock on, 4 magic glint blades, and by this time he should be really, really dead. That's it. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right, don't you forget it. Now, access this Site of Grace, and we're going to go talk to Selen. We're doing this primarily to get the Glintstone Pebble spell. This is not the only way to get the Glintstone Pebble spell, but it's the earliest way you can get one. And killing the Mad Pumpkinhead will also pay for it. Okay, just agree with everything she says. Get to her study sorcerer screen and buy Glintstone Pebble. Now you have 2 spells. A prisoner with Glintstone Pebble is a force to be reckoned with, seriously. You can use Glintstone Pebble for fast-paced close combat, and you can use Magic Glint Blade for ambush attacks, as I've been doing. And that's going to be really, really useful later on when we get another item. Okay, so jump on your horse, hop up here, double back to the northwest and up the hill, and you're going to kill these 3 guys to get the gold pickled fowl foot. Or you could just run and grab it, but you know, I'm always in favor of, you know, if they're easy kills, why not? It takes like a few seconds. I don't know how many times I've killed myself just being overconfident over stupid little situations, like really easy situations. I get overconfident and I get killed over nothing. So, you know, what the hell? Spend a few extra seconds, do it right, get it done. Next, we're going to continue to push south, eventually towards the Weeping Peninsula. We're going to stop off at these ruins here. If you're playing as another character beside the astrologer or the prisoner and you want a free glintstone staff, this guy always has one. Guaranteed drop. So just, you know, walk up to him, have a little chat with him, and he'll hand it over. I'm kidding, just kill him. Kill him and take it. Yeah, he always has one. Guaranteed drop glintstone staff. And we're going to loot this Golden Ring graveyard here. If any of the wolves come up, you're just going to stab them with your S-Stock sword. In case you don't know, this is the kind of sword that can stab while blocking. You can hold your shield up and just stab right through the shield. It's a thrusting sword, so if any of the wolves give you a hard time, do that. Otherwise, just leave them alone. After that, come back to the scene of the crime where you murdered that other guy. You're going to drop down here, go into sneak mode, and just go over here and quickly grab these 4 smoldering butterfly. And that's it, that's all we want here. And get the fuck out of Dodge, pardon my French. And continue to push south. Jump over that guy. And we're going to push south. Keep the road to your left here. Don't go on the road because you're going to bump into this horseman here. That guy right there, you see he's passing by on the left there. You don't want to bump into him. Okay, so now you have 4 smoldering butterfly and 10 mushrooms. You can now make fire pots. Discover the site of grace. You can grab some more mushrooms there, but it's not really necessary. Up here is the golden rune 2. Whack these 3 guys, or just run in and grab it. I'm always in favor of quick, easy kills, why not? There we go, golden rune 2. Get back on the road and we're going to head to the Bridge of Sacrifice. Ignore this guy. Straight down the center of the road. If you gallop straight down the center, there's a catapult on the other side that's going to start shooting at you. If you gallop straight down the center, that catapult is going to always go over your head. See, it goes right over your head, so don't worry about it. On the left side here, you can pick up 2 smithing stones. Actually, it's 3 of them, sorry. And you can pick up the stone sword key here. If you're really nervous about that, just skip both of those. You don't need them. It'd be nice if you get the stone sword key though, because you're eventually going to need 2, at least 2. We got 1 in Stormhill Shack. You're going to need another one along the way. So if you can grab that one, that would be great. Rest here, and we're going to go down to an unmarked enemy camp I like to call Morning Star Camp, because it has, drumroll please, the Morning Star mace. That's a good strike weapon with low requirements. And this is kind of an out of the way location, so you might as well grab all the loot here. Kill all the dogs, they'll take 2 glintstone pebbles each. 1 dog here and 1 dog here. This will make it a lot easier to get the Morning Star. And there's a 3rd dog here. A couple of glintstone pebbles. Switch over to your sword and backstab this soldier. And the Morning Star is in the carriage, the back of the carriage. Grab it, and I believe this is a golden rune 2. Golden rune 2. And up ahead is another smithing stone too. These guys will take 3 glintstone pebbles, easily kill them. I always kill them because sometimes when I'm grabbing this smithing stone too, they become like aware and then they start attacking you. And that's one of those situations where you think you can get away with it. Usually you do, you know, 80% of the time, but 20% of the time you don't. And then, you know, you die. So, like I said, why bother? The easy kills, kill them and just, you know. It takes 1 minute to clear that camp. I timed it. 1 minute. You don't have 1 minute? No. Oh, come on. Seriously? Okay, next. The Castlemore Rampart site of grace. Discover it, and we're going to take the Spirit Spring up. Just off to the left there. We're going to get an extra memory stone. So we can have 3 spells instead of 2. So take the Spirit Spring up. Land here. And we have to open the sealed door on this tower here. How do you do that? It's like you do this by reading the book first of all. Okay, we don't want to open that sealed door. Okay, so you have to read the book. Seek 3 wise beasts. They are simply 3 turtles. Here's the first turtle. Once again, you can use your glintstone staff as a melee weapon by simply pressing the strong attack button. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, there's the second turtle. Or you can just use your sword, but I like to use the glintstone staff. Here in the pond, look for the bubble. Look for the bubble. There's the bubble, and hit the bubble. And there's an invisible turtle there, and that's it. Now the seal is broken, and we could go up to the top of the tower and get a memory stone. Eurydice's Rise. Eurydice's Rise. Eurydice's. But jeez, that's a mouthful too. Alright, all the way to the top and get your memory stone, which will automatically apply an extra spell slot as soon as you pick it up. Boom, done. So I'm just doing an inventory check for my own personal information. Okay, next we're going to go to the first step site of grace. The first site of grace we discovered when we came outside. And here we're going to go off to the east. You might want to rest and wait until daytime, because we're going to go past some bats, and I believe bats are more active at night, in my humble opinion. That's admittedly just speculation, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Okay, off to the east, look for the 2 birds on the edge of the cliff. That's a safe place to drop down. And in the distance is Dragon Burnt Ruins. Just aim yourself at the tallest tower in Dragon Burnt Ruins. That's where the cellar is located. We're not going to do anything here except go down into the cellar. Okay, so hop off your horse right about here and quickly get into the cellar. Down in the cellar are 5 rats. You could potentially just run straight through to the back and open the door. You might make it, you might not. I find it a lot easier to kill the 3 rats on the left side. So kill that one, kill this one. Rather 2 rats on the left side and this one over here. There we go. And that leaves those 2. You don't have to kill them. And then just open the door. And there's a treasure chest inside. Ooh, this is special treasure. Special... Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not a treasure. We've been trapped! Huh! Curses! Failed again! No, we want to do this. You want to do this. This will take you to Celia Crystal Tunnel. Free ride to the Kaled part of the map. As soon as you arrive in Celia Crystal Tunnel, loot this treasure chest here for some real treasure, and go into crouch mode, and you're going to wait until this guy, this miner, passes by that little rock there. As soon as he passes by, you can start sneaking out. Cue Mission Impossible music. Boom, 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 boom. Stick to the left side, all the way down, you'll get out no problem. Alright, enough of that. And that's it, you're in the clear once you get to this point. And just go running off and grab the rot grease right here. I'm gonna sell that. Easy 200 runes. That's just basically like picking up a golden rune one. And you're gonna have to rest at this site of grace in order to activate all the fast travel sites again. Because that's what happens when you get caught in a transporter trap. All the fast travel sites get disabled until you rest at a site of grace. Out in the open! I'm gonna gallop off to the southwest. Keep the mountainside on your right side. You want to show them their gamer slack? Attaboy. Keep that on your right side and just follow it all the way down. Eventually you're going to come up upon a big red teardrop scarab. You're going to hang it right here and go up a skinny canyon. And we're going to pick up the first smithing stone that actually counts in this build. A Somber Smithing Stone 5. All the way up here. Run right past the blow up worms, as I call them. And there's the Somber Smithing Stone 5. And I always like to go around the back and just hang out here a bit, wait for the worms to calm down. Otherwise, when you come back out, some of them may be spinning around. See, there's one spinning around there. If you see them spinning around like that, don't try to pass them because they'll whack you. And then you could get in some deep shit. Okay, so once you've found a safe way out, continue out. I'm going to hang it right here. We're going to continue on to Street of Sages runes. Cut to the right here, you're going to come over to this hump branch. That's what I call it, a hump branch. Okay, point yourself to the southwest and see this opening here right above Sabrina's head. You can actually dive through this opening by simply galloping towards it and hop off your horse right now and you'll land right at the top of the stairs to go down into the cellar. That's my new way of getting in here. Go racing out down into the cellar, quickly grab the rock sling spell. Boom. And hop on your horse and get the fuck out of Dodge quickly before those guys at the top congregate and start spewing at the poison. Okay? Pardon my French once again. And up these stairs here, you're going to jam yourself in the corner and grab the entire Traveler's armor set. And then hop over to the west and up these set of stairs. And you're going to get the Meteorite Staff, which is at the very back after you kill these 3 flowers. You'll take 3 glintstone pebbles each. 3 flowers. That's 2, and that's 3. There we go. Grab yourself the Meteorite Staff and this golden rune here, and gonna make like a banana and split. Pretty lame, Slack. Yeah, I know, it's pretty lame. Hey, you can make like a teenager and beat it. Oh, wait a minute. That's how does that work? No, okay. Anyways, that's even more lame than the first one. Okay, get yourself to this side of grace here. This is the first side of grace that we discovered and rested at outside of Limgrave, which means that Melina will come and offer to take you to the round table.
I can take you to the round table hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
Oh, sounds like quite the party. Let's
Very
go.
well. Let my hand.
Let's go to the gathering place with champions tarnished by grace, or whatever she said. And this is actually rather convenient because we have a lot of chump loot that we picked up in Selly Crystal Tunnel that we can actually sell for a pretty penny. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Go to the blacksmith and sell everything that I'm going to show you right now. And equip your newly acquired Meteorite Staff. Even though you don't have the requirements to use it, equip it anyways. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of that in a minute.
No matter. Lay out you.
Okay, down to sell. Sell the gravity stone fans, all of them. Sell the gravity chunks. Sell the rock grease and all your golden runes. Swing it on over to the Ash of War Storm Stomp. You don't need that. And you sell off the 2 glintstone staffs, the one you originally started with and the one you picked up by murdering that mage out near Waypoint Ruins. And that's it. So that'll rack up a lot of change there. Over to the table here, rest, and we're going to level up for the first time. All points into intelligence. Should be able to have enough to bring it up to 21. which will now give you the necessary requirements to A, use the meteorite staff, and B, use rock sling. Equip rock sling. Learn it, love it. This is a kick-ass spell in case you don't know. This is going to be your boss buster and pretty much take care of anything else they have a lot of problems with. Back to War Master's Shack. The only drawback of rock sling is you can only use it in wide open spaces. In narrow spaces, narrow corridors and whatnot, it performs poorly. I'll explain about that later. And here it's just waiting till daytime. Put a beacon right on this kind of these ruins right here, northeast of War Master's Shack, and you're gonna gallop towards that beacon. With your newly acquired rock sling spell, there is a mounted knight out here whom we can just destroy easily with one rock sling. Doing so will give us the Golden Vow Ash of War. Very useful Ash of War to all builds. There he is. Just lock on, cast a couple of rock slings, switch over to Magic Glint Blade, cast a couple of Magic Glint Blades, and he's dead. Just kitchen sink his ass. Yeah, start with a rock sling and then throw in a few Magic Glint Blades, and there you go. And I got a gilded great shield. Those are rare. That's a rare drop, but yeah, that's a really good shield. And up here you're gonna get a Somber Smithing Stone 1 by killing this Teardrop Scarab. Just cast out 3 or 4 Magic Glint Blades, and there's your Somber 1. So now you have a Somber Smithing Stone 1 and a Somber Smithing Stone 5. That's why I had you skip that Somber Smithing Stone 1 at the beginning there, because it's just what happens is often that mounted guy on the bridge chases you, and then you're trying to pick up the Somber Smithing Stone 1 in a hurry while he's chasing you, and it's just a pain in the arse. It could be a problem for those of you who are new to the game. Alright, Gamer Slack is taking off into the wild blue yonder. Fast travel to the Aeonia Swamp Shore Site of Grace that you discovered earlier on when Melina took you to the Round Table Hold. Okay, remember that? Once you're here, you're going to look for that, see that big glowing yellow tree off to the southwest? That's what you're going towards. Minor Erdtree. Yeah, I know, it's Minor Erdtree. I'm just kind of dumbing it down for those of you who are new to the game. That's a Minor Erdtree. The big yellow tree. Go straight towards that. This will take you to Caelid Waypoint Ruins right here. Find this building here. You're going to run along this wall here. Turn to the right a bit and run along the edge of the cliff until you get to this wall right here. Hop off your horse here and wait right here. And you see this guy here off in the distance? This is a Kindred of Rot. I like to call them death roaches. They're extremely deadly. So you're going to sneak up here behind him, lock on, cast 4 Magic Glint Blades, charge the first one. Charge the first one and then 3 more right after. Slide off to the right here, and that will kill him, no problem. And this will allow you to get down into the cellar of Caelid Waypoint Ruins. Now this area is extremely dangerous, but I worked out a beautiful little plan to take out all these guys with Magic Glint Blade, Glintstone Pebble, and some fire pots. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, make some fire pots. Make them right now. And what you're watching for at the back, look at the very back. You can barely see him. Do you see him right there? This is a disciple of Ra. He's going to start spewing out poison if he gets excited. This is priority number 1. As soon as he emerges from the other side, lock on, and 3 Magic Glint Blades. Charge the first one, and send out 2 more right afterwards. Back off, refill FP, and wait for those to kill him. And that's it. Now this area is going to be a lot easier. And switch the Glintstone Pebble, and you're going to have to kill a lot of these, what I call baby roaches. They're basically like the death roaches, except like, they're kids. As soon as you kill that first one there, this one is the next target, but this one kind of stuck behind here. You want to wait until he calms down. See how he's squirming around? You don't want to go do anything just yet. Just wait until he calms down. He's eventually going to go back to sleep. It'll take about 30 seconds. Don't do anything until he goes back to sleep. There, he's going back to sleep. Now lock onto this guy. 2 glint blades will kill him. Sometimes you can kill these guys with 1 glint blade, but always cast 2 just to make sure. Okay, now this one, he's kind of hard to get around the corner, so instead I just free throw a fire pot. You don't even have to lock onto him. Just point yourself in his general direction and throw a fire pot, and that's an easy way to get those guys who are around the corner. Meanwhile, another baby roach, I'm going to call him baby roaches, way down in the distance there, you see I locked onto him. He comes out to investigate. Don't try to kill him now because he's kind of like too far away. And now we're just going to work our way down to the left side and keep looking up each corridor to find more baby roaches and finish them off one by one. After each kill, go back into sneak mode and take cover and wait until they calm down. See that guy there? He calmed down. Pop out. A couple of more glintstone pebbles. Kill him. Continue down this way. This guy is around the corner. Once again, you can use a fire pot. Just free throw it. You don't have to lock on. Just point in a sprint general direction and throw a fire pot. And that's it. Instant kill. Easiest way to get those guys who are kind of like around the corner. There's another one down here. 2 pebbles and hide. Now, here I'm going to switch over to the glintstone magic glint blade because this guy tends to jump as soon as you hit him with glintstone pebble. What normally happens is he'll jump up and hit the magic glint blade and kill himself. But you know, I got the recording handicap, so you see he jumped. He has a propensity to jump, so I had to change plans here. Go with plan B, back off, switch the glintstone pebble, and finish him off. These guys, by the way, can shoot pest threads just like the big death roaches. But they don't do it, they're not really as trigger happy as the big ones, but they can shoot them. So these guys can be really deadly. If you go barging into this area with no plan and just start trying to take on everybody, it turns into a total clusterfuck. Seriously, major clusterfuck. These 2 guys can easily finish off with glintstone pebble, and that just leaves 1 more on the other side. So that's going to double back here and circle around and get the last one on the other side. Right over here. You can either throw a fire pot at him or use glintstone pebble. Normally I use a fire pot because he's kind of like around the corner. And there we go, we got the enemy group refill. Got our flask refilled because we killed off an entire enemy group. And that means everybody in this area is dead, dead, dead. And our reward, drum roll please, the meteoric orb blade. A perfect melee weapon for a spell sword. Now, it does require 15 strength, but if you hold it in 2 hands, you'll be able to use it now, temporarily, but we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that shortly. For now, I want to do fast travel back to Saint's Bridge. And we're going to go across the bridge to the east. There are some smithing stones on the way. I don't really need them, but you might as well grab them, because we're right on the way. There's a merchant off to the right here. Don't really need to buy anything from him, but you might want to be aware of that. I think you actually have to interact with him to get him to appear on the map, which is what I'm going to do now.
Oh dear. You might... Hey, are you here as a customer?
There you go, now he should appear on the map. There he is. Head out to the southeast. Over these runes. I'm gonna pick up 3 Trina's Lily here. Just quickly grab them and run. A whole bunch of skeletons are gonna spawn here. And they head towards the tree to the northeast here. Just past the tree and over the over a little cliff is a site of grace. rest, get your game face on, and get ready for another boss fight. This is so easy. I've developed a completely new strategy to take on the Tiber Mariner boss fight here, using Rock Sling. And you're just going to get up on the little cliffs beside him wherever he spawns. Go charging towards him. He's going to despawn always, so don't do anything. Don't even attempt. And normally he goes off to the left, but this time he goes to the right. If he does this, just going to get up on here. Just get up here. And the skeletons that he spawns can't come up at you. And just cast Rock Sling from this location here. Your left Rock Sling is going to break off on the wall, but don't worry about it. This is not the most ideal. But just keep spamming up those Rock Sling. And once you see that there's no skeletons around, you can just get down on the ground so that you can get all 3 Rock Slings at him. And keep spamming him out. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Easy 2400 runes. Cha-ching. And you get a death root. Over here you can pick up 2 more Trina's Lily and a smithing stone. If he goes off to the left, I hope Gamerslack is going to show this. He normally goes off to the left. Double back and show that, Slack. Yeah, here we go. If he goes off to the left, you're going to jump up on these cliffs here. Get right at this point here. And he's going to be down in the water there, and just cast Rock Sling down on him. This is the most ideal situation because you can get all 3 Rock Slings at him. That's what he normally does. What he did there is actually kind of like a 1 in 10 kind of deal. Of course I'm recording, so I'm getting the recording handicap. Everything's happening differently. But yeah, normally he goes over to the left side. So that's what you're going to do if he does that. Off to the southeast here, to the edge of the cliff. This should be a safe drop down. And you're going to loot all these golden runes here. That's it. Head out to the east. Jump down here and you see a spirit spring in the distance. Going to use the spirit spring to land down below. And this is going to place us right near the Third Church of America. Right here is the Sacred Blade Ash of War. You kill it with a couple of glintstone pebbles. Just kill that teardrop scarab. Easy kill. Great Ash of War for any build. And here we're going to head into the Third Church of America. Hook around, grab the Sacred Tear. And the Flask of Wondrous Physic and the Crimson Crystal Tear. Uh-oh, Slack, here come the authorities. Better hustle it up as if he's not going fast enough already. Yeah, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the commentary. Okay, Flask. Apply the Sacred Tears, and now when you refill your flask, you get more bang for your buck. And you might as well throw the Crimson Crystal Tear into the Flask of Wondrous Physic, but I rarely use it. But you could use it as a kind of emergency health regen. And back to the Church of Ella, which is the fastest way to cash in golden runes by simply going to the merchant there and selling them. Go to the merchant, sell off your golden runes, and we're going to level up again.
Goodbye.
Okay, so we're in the money. All points into intelligence. Jam it up to 25. Alright, next stop, Third Church of America. Next stop, Third Church of America. And we're going to head out to North Caelid. We got a lot of business there. Here, you're just going to jump over there through the hole next to the statue. And you're going to find a hidden waygate here, down in the stream. Hidden right here. Take this waygate. Travel to another location. This will take us to North Caelid. Open these doors and you can discover... What's the name of the Site of Grace? Bestial Sanctum Site of Grace. And here is Gurank. you can feed him death roots for rewards, and we have a death root from the Tiber Mariner, so you can give that to him and get the claw mark seal, which we probably won't use, but he's right here, so you might as well just do this and grab it. There we go, got the claw mark seal. Having done that, you can hop on your horse inside here, gallop outside and veer off to the left to avoid this guy right here. Don't get him excited. If you do, well, you know, we'll just notify your next of kin. You're not ready for him yet, believe me. And some other things to avoid in this area, make sure you grab the golden seed from this tree here, is these tiny men clad in black, these vulgar militiamen. You're not ready to kill them yet, but later on, before the end of the video, I'm going to show you a really easy way to farm those guys. Fastest farm in the game, in my opinion, at this stage of the game, with this spell that we're eventually going to get. Something new that I discovered. Okay, so discover that site of grace, Farum Great Ridge. You probably want to set it as marked site of grace, a favorite site of grace, and continue south across the bridge. Don't worry about this dragon. He's going to look really menacing. He's going to get all in a huff, scream at you, and he may even stomp. But just gallop under his wing and keep going, and don't worry about it. I have never been injured or killed by this dragon doing this, just simply galloping across the bridge. That's not to say he's a pushover. He's actually quite hellacious. Once you get across the bridge, turn to the left, and you're going to see a little golden rune graveyard here. There's 4 pickups in here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, jump up on this rock here. I'm going to use the Spirit Spring to get safely down to the ground. Spirit Spring down, and gallop off to the left here to discover the site of grace, just in case you screw up the next part. Down that hill here is another great farming spot that I showed you about in another video, the Rolling Ball Farm. What I'm going to show you at the end of the video, though, I think is faster. Go back to the Spirit Spring, and you're going to aim to the northeast. You're going to get up on that roof there. Easiest way to do this, to get on your horse, press the jump button, point down to the ground so that you can see where you're going, see where you're landing, and get on this roof. Once you get on the roof, dismount and slide carefully down to the southwest to get on this balcony here. And that's how you enter this Lens Rise. The sealed door at the front, you can't open it with any kind of puzzle or anything. This is how you get in here, using the Spirit Spring. This will give us another memory stone, which will open up a 4th spell slot. And now let's go back to the round table. Take care of a little business. We have a Somber Smithing Stone 1. Let's upgrade the Meteoric Ore Blade to +1. And we can sell off the golden runes that we just collected.
Well, I took you no man to lay out your own.
And we also have some flasks. Some flask charges to add, I believe. Yep. Add charge to flask. Once again, go with just 1 HP and all the rest into FP. So 1 red, 5 blue. And we picked up an extra memory stone. That means we have 4 slots in our spell slots. I wonder if Slack is going to show this. Nope. Okay, on to leveling up. More points into intelligence, up to 27. The ultimate target is level 38 intelligence. Alright, back to Lens Rise. Why level 38? I'm gonna explain that in a minute. Back at Lens Rise, this is very important. Back at Lens Rise, I'm gonna take the Spirit Spring back up to the top of the cliffs there. back through the Golden Rune Graveyard that we already looted, and back basically to the end of the bridge where we went running past the big dragon. And now we're going to work our way down the road. See, there's the dragon we just ran past. Don't worry about him. We're going to go down this road here. But Gamer Slack got a little mixed up. Wrong way, Slack. Down the road. Attaboy. Yeah, basically down to the west. And try to stick to the cliffs on the right side. This will keep you away from a putrid or Erdtree avatar that's off to the left here. Extremely dangerous. You don't want to get involved with him. Not yet anyways. So stick to the cliffs on the right side. And there's also a little mini dragon up ahead that you know probably want to steer clear of. And a few other enemies here and there. All the way down here to a site of grace at the end. Say something funny, Slack. Say something funny. No, you say something funny. Oh, here, let's do this again. We haven't done this in a while. Say something stupid. The first person to say something stupid will get honorable mention in my next video. Okay? Post a comment. First person to say something stupid. Next, discover the Dragon Barrel Fork site of grace, and now we're going to head up to Fort Faroth. And make sure you equip your gold pickled fowl foot. Okay, so once again we're heading to the west. Stick to the cliffs on the right side to avoid this little mini dragon here. These mini dragons are about as tough as the trolls that you meet in Limgrave. Okay, so you're going to continue up this way and keep an eye on the ridge on your left side, and as soon as it comes down to meet the ground, you can now get up on this ridge and double back to the northeast. And what we're going to do is kill this giant white dragon here, in case you're not familiar with the game or this part of the game. This giant dragon is sick, can't move. If you kill him, he will pay out a whopping 65,000 runes. But if you use the gold pickup foul foot, you can bump that up to around 90,000 runes. 90,000 runes. Cha-ching. All you need is a good, any bleed weapon. It doesn't have to be a good bleed weapon. And the Meteoric Ore Blade, which we just upgraded, is, drumroll please, a bleed weapon. So make sure you hold that sucker in two hands. And we're going to go back and attack this dragon. Now, this will take about 4 minutes real time. I'm going to speed up the video for your viewing pleasure, so you don't have to sit there the whole thing. But it will take about 4 minutes real time. It doesn't take that long. It will seem like you're doing very little damage, but every 20 or 25 hits, you're going to activate bleed, which will do a lot of damage. Watch the top right corner of the screen. There, see? 13,000 damage. I just did a bleed. And you're going to do about 5 bleeds throughout this whole process. So just keep melee attacking him. Just do normal melee attacks. And you'll get like 5 melee attacks before you run out of stamina. So you're going to have to pause every once in a while. See, there's another bleed. Watch the top right corner of the screen. Yeah, every once in a while you're going to have to pause to let your stamina recharge. But every 5 hits, there's another bleed. So that's what you're relying on. Those bleeds. About 4 minutes real time. Doesn't take that long. And just before he's dead, you're going to have to make a judgment call on this. You're going to have to take your gold pickle foul foot. Basically, you're going to take your gold pickle foul foot when you figure that you can kill him within the next 3 minutes. Which is right about now. If you look at the health bar of the dragon, right about now, that's when you would take it. And just keep whacking away, and you're going to get another bleed, and that's going to kill him. There we go. And you just earned 90,000 runes, my friend. Which we are going to use to get intelligence up to 38. And you also get a dragon heart, which we don't really need. Alright, so now we're going to go off to Summon Water Village. Summon Water Village Slack. Back where we killed that Tiber Mariner. And we'll use the Site of Grace there to level up Intelligence to 38 and put all the rest of the points into Vigor. Okay, Intelligence to 38. All the rest of the points of the Vigor. Should be able to get Vigor up to 16. There you go. Next, we're going to go galloping through Summon Water Village and get to a certain part of Caelid, which will allow us to easily get down to Fort Gale. So basically gallop up to the northeast, up this hill here, and you see a tower way off in the distance. You could just kind of point yourself at that tower, or in between the tower and the yellow Erd tree, and you can see the scarlet rot of Caelid oozing out onto the landscape there. Now you want to avoid the church on the left side. If you get too near that church, you're going to get sucked into an invasion, which you are not ready for yet. But as soon as we get a certain spell, invasions are going to be a cakewalk, and we're going to do that before the end of the video. Yeah, this build we're making, all invasions are going to be a total cakewalk. So over that volcanic rock wall there, and this will bring us into Caelid. And you can pick up those preserving boluses in the shack, just for good measure, and discover the Site of Grace. And now we're going to work our way down to Fort Gale. Just basically go to the southwest here, and over that cliff there. Here Gamer Slack kind of got lost a little bit. Back Slack, jump up to your left, yeah, over here. And you can see Fort Gale off in the distance there. Head there. This is a safe drop down. Steer clear of this big dog on your left here, although he will immediately start engaging the soldiers near him and fight them, and usually they kill him. If you want to earn a little extra chump change, you can just wait here. Don't sleep at or rest at the Site of Grace to despawn that big dog. You can just wait here and enjoy the show while the big dog fights with the soldiers. This will earn you an extra 1,000 runes. Every once in a while he survives, at which point you're gonna have to go kill him if you want to get you know, the most bang for your buck. So I'm just doing a few things here while waiting for the results of this fight. Looks like the dog's gonna win. Actually, I know he wins because, you know, but I didn't want to do any spoilers. Ooh, drama. You know, you can skip this part if you don't feel like earning an extra 1,000 runes, but I wanted to do this. At this point in the run, like, I'm doing this, recording this without commentary, so this is something that happens to me when I record without commentary. I get immersed in the game, and I kind of forget that I'm doing a recording, so this is Gamer Slack being a total freaking cheapskate, trying to get every last penny out of the game. And then I finally come to my senses and go, wait a minute, I'm doing a recording, that's right, we're going to Fort Gale. Sorry about that. Okay, so onward, up the branch, and gallop as fast as you can towards the fort. On your way there, there's this kind of like magic knight off to the left. He's going to use, basically it's a rain of arrows spell, and he's going to start raining all this magic crap down on you as you gallop up towards the stairs here. I'm trying to show him there, but there it is, there's the magic rain. So up here, roll through the barrels on your left here and just jump into the corner and hold up your shield. And if any of that magic rain comes down on you, you'll block most of it. You won't take damage. Operative word, most of it. Some of it might get through. And continue on here, jam yourself in this corner and block again. See there, it hit the shield. See, there you go. It actually works. Even though like you're pointed inwards, it works. Equip your meteoric ore blade. Hold it in 2 hands, okay? And stab this guy to death. And then we're going to climb the ladder into Fort Gale. Inside there's going to be an elder lion, pardon me, an elder lion down below. And a soldier kind of just standing guard. Looking off to the left here. You can kill this soldier with glintstone pebble. 2 or 3 glintstone pebbles should do it. There we go. This elder lion down below, as you may or may not know, always dodges ranged attacks, whether it be a bow or any kind of sorcery. You can get him with magic limp blade though, because he's typically triggered by you casting your spell. And since magic limp blade has a delayed action to it, he always dodges before it actually shoots out. So here I'm demonstrating all the spells. Rock Sling has a bit of a delay to it as well, but the most effective is magic limp blade. So I'm just going through all the spells just for demonstration purposes. Yeah, just spam magic limp blade on him, and the chances are he's gonna stop dodging before they all shoot out. And hopefully he doesn't accidentally dodge underneath cover. Most of the time they're going to hit him. Occasionally he may accidentally dodge under cover before the magic limp blades shoot out, like for example this time. But most of the time they're going to hit him. And this is just for a little bit of extra money. Because the reward is the Lion's Claw Ash of War, and we don't really need it in this build. But it is an extra 2,000 runes. Okay, and the Lion's Claw. Up here, finish off this soldier with a couple of 3 glintstone pebbles. 2, 3, and another soldier over there. Make sure you stay on the landing on the stairs before you enter into this area. And I decided to use magic limp blade on him. Switch over to Rock Sling. Cast out your wolves. And make sure you refill your FP before you do this, because I forgot to do this. I roll into this corner here, and this always gets a knight to come out of the tower, and just bombard them with Rock Sling. It's the best weapon to use. And GamerSlack forgot to refill FP before doing this, otherwise I probably would have killed him no problem. If he comes at you, roll off to the left and go down the stairs. That's all you have to do. Here he comes, roll to the left and down the stairs. And your wolves should re-engage him. Refill and continue bombarding him with Rock Sling. He's almost dead. And there we go. And that's it. We are here to get this. The Star Scourge Heirloom. Which will bump up your strength by 5 points. It's a talisman that bumps up your strength by 5 points. Equip that. Now. Now you can use your meteoric ore blade in one hand without penalty. Okay? Strength requirement is 15. We now have strength at 16. But this does use up a talisman slot. We're going to fix that before the end of the video. Don't worry. In fact, I believe that's next on the agenda. Something you could do before you take off here is simply open the front gate for Gale. So if you come back here, you could just waltz in the front door. You could do that by jumping over here and pulling the lever. You probably want to do that, just for convenience sake. And now back to the first step, Site of Grace. And we're going to go down to the coast to pick up another gold pickled fowl foot. Okay, so point yourself to the west. Gallop over towards the cliffs and look for the... I don't know if this is supposed to be is by design, but it seems to me whenever you see 2 birds, it indicates a safe place to drop off a cliff. I've always noticed that. So find those 2 birds and you can just drop off the cliff here and land safely below and drop down here. And head east down the beach all the way to the end. And there's a gold pickled fowl foot there. Some skeletons will start coming out of the ground here. Don't worry about them. Grab the gold pickled fowl foot and get the fuck out of Dodge. Pardon my French. I thought that this spirit spring would take me all the way to the top. I never knew that it did not. It's the first time I tried this. It apparently is not high enough to take you way to the cliffs up there. So now I'm just going to have to gallop far enough away from those skeletons before I can access the map. And there we go. We got the map. And now we're going to go to Storm Hill Shack. And take on the Margaret the Fell boss fight. The first major boss fight in the game. Which rewards, drumroll please, a talisman slot. So the one that you used up is now going to be freed up again. We can easily kill him with Rock Sling. And our Lone Wolves. Make sure you equip your Exalted Flesh. That will give your Rock Sling 20% extra damage. And what I'm doing is for your benefit. Basically, you want to spend all your money. If you're new to the game and you're feeling nervous about this boss fight, the best thing to do is just simply spend all your money. And I'm a little short of leveling up. So I'm going to go to Ferrum Greatbridge and kill a couple of those vulgar militiamen using the Meteoric Ore Blade. You can sneak up behind him and do a backstab, a sneak attack, and that'll be an instant kill with your Meteoric Ore Blade. I'm going to show you a much faster farm before the end of the video though. For now, you're going to have to settle for this. So if you need money to level up, this is what you're going to do. There's about 20 of these guys here. They look like little warlocks. They're always clad in black. And it looks like I'm just a little bit of chump change short of rather leveling up. I'm just looking to see if I have any materials that I can sell off, and it looks like I don't. I forget what I did here. I think I'm short of leveling up just by a little bit, like $50 or something. Oh, here we go. I got a golden ring one out there. That'll do the trick. Okay, so level up. Any little bit of chump change you have left over, best thing to do is buy some daggers. Daggers are great for a sorcerer because you can use them in an emergency. Let's say you're in a situation where you've got the wrong spell hooked up and you're cycling through a whole bunch of spells in your item roll and you can't find the right spell and the enemy is almost dead. Just throw some daggers at him, which you may have always equipped in your pouches. So buy some daggers.
Goodbye.
Very, very useful for a sorcerer. So now I only have 4 runes left. This is what you want to do. Level up and spend any chump change you have left on daggers. And now we're going to do the Margaret the Fell boss fight with nothing to lose, except a little bit of time. So if you're new to the game, best thing to do. You're going to gallop up here, up the hill here to the north. You're looking on the ridge to your left. As soon as it comes down to meet the ground, get on the ridge and double back to the south. Up here, all the way up to the top, and cut across to the right. Through here and into the tunnel, Castle Ward Tunnel. Some soldiers may follow you. Something new I've discovered is if you go all the way to the top and just enter Margaret's area, that'll get him to turn around and go back. Don't go too far in because you'll trigger the boss fight. Now you can just go here, activate the Site of Grace, and get ready for the boss fight. For which we're actually going to wear armor. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's good sense. Okay, so set your flask charges to what you feel comfortable with. I figure you're gonna spend no more than 4 blue flasks. So if you want an extra health flask, go ahead and do that. You can afford to do it. And all you're gonna need is your meteorite staff. You're not gonna need the meteoric ore blade, so you can take that off to save some weight. Take that off. And what I forgot to do was apply, did I do it? Yeah, apply the Golden Vow Ash of War to either a dagger or your S-Talk. Your S-Talk will work fine. This will give an extra 10% damage. So you're going to equip your dagger or your S-Talk with Golden Vow. Did I do this with the armor? You should put on some armor. I'm just like, you know, going in without armor because I feel pretty confident. Oh, there we go. Okay. Come to your senses. Yeah, put on the prisoner mask and the best armor you can muster up to get the best physical damage negation stat, which is off on the right side of the screen. I'm going to show you that right there. I managed to get 20. And that's it. You're going to go in. First of all, cast Golden Vow. Refill FP. Go in. It's going to trigger a cutscene. You can skip the cutscene. Switch over to your staff so that Rock Sling is ready to go. Skip the cutscene. Spawn your wolves right away. And dodge back 2 or 3 times. See what he does. If he comes back at you, dodge back some more. Eventually he's going to engage your wolves. Take your Exalted Flesh. Take your Gold Pickled Foul Foot. Do it all now. Refill FP. Lock on. And spam those Rock Sling. Keep spamming them. Keep your distance. And let your wolves engage. Eventually it's going to kick into second phase. Every 4 Rock Slings, refill your FP. And if you stagger them, don't, under any means, go near them. Just use that as an opportunity to refill your FP. And keep spamming up those Rock Sling. And with your intelligence at 38, this should be a cakewalk. And this is an easy 15,000 runes, plus a talisman slot. So now the talisman slot that you used up for with your Star Scourge heirloom has now been freed up again. Okay, you can safely take off all your armor now if you want. You know, I'm going to do that because I can't stand the prisoner armor. I think it is butt ugly. And now we're going to go to Celia Crystal Tunnel. One more adventure before this starter build is complete. And that is to get the Night Comet spell. At Celia Crystal Tunnel, you probably want to wait till daytime. Wait till daytime slack. And I've invented kind of like a whole new way of approaching Celia, the town of sorcery. That hellacious town with all those invisible mages that pop up at the last minute. It's extremely dangerous. But I developed a new way to do it. Okay, you're going to come out of Celia Crystal Tunnel, point yourself to the southeast and get up on this cliff top here, right here. And gallop in to Celia, town of sorcery. I'm just waiting for the label to disappear. Go in here. Immediately cut to the left up the stairs. This will get you safely in. And you're going to double back to the left. Pick up another golden seed here. Carefully drop down on this branch. Go all the way out to the end of the branch. Do a 180. Turn around. And find the easiest way to get up there is to simply call up your horse and double jump up here. Climb up here, climb the ladder, and activate the flame. Light the flame. Just simply interact with it. There's 3 of these. We're only gonna light 2 of them because that's all we need. So we lit the first one back down here onto this branch, out here to the end. Use your horse to jump over onto this roof here. Get this sneak mode. Okay, just try to be quiet about this. And you're gonna jump down to this balcony here and get the Staff of Loss. That you can use, I believe the requirements are very low. And try to kill this guy with magic limp blade. This is going to help out a lot. He's going to appear there as soon as you jump down. Spam out a whole bunch of magic limp blades before he disappears and kill him. That's going to help a lot. And then use your horse to jump over and get back up the stairs here. Go all the way to the top. Turn around. And you're going to jump on this branch here. Onto this rooftop and over onto this rooftop over here. Then you're going to double jump over here and up onto this rooftop here. Get off your horse here. There's a marionette down there. You can kill him with magic limp blade. Just spam out 4. Actually, it only takes 2. My bad. Do what Gamerslack did. Charge the first one and shoot out another one right away. This guy, sometimes you can reach him from over here. I don't know what the criteria is. Sometimes the magic limp blade can reach him. I don't know why sometimes it works and other times it does not. Because he's at the exact same spot every time. So if you can't reach him, we're going this way anyways. To the west, jump over onto this rooftop. And you should be able to get him from here. Once again, charge your Glint Blade and then immediately cast another one right after. And then you're going to go to the southwest here onto this tree branch here. And onto this rooftop. This teardrop scarab, this is not part of the build, but this is kind of a remote location. And whenever something's in a remote location, you know, I grab it because, you know, you never know. The double slash Ash of War. And finally, towards the southeast, lock onto this marionette here. Or whatever that thing is. 2 magic Glint Blades and he's dead. And now the way is clear to get to the next flame to the south. You just get on your horse, double jump over here, and climb the ladder. Oh yeah, first grab this stone sword key. Okay, so now everybody, regardless, should have at least 2 stone sword keys, even if you skip the one on the bridge earlier on. Climb the ladder, and light this flame. This will make some important items available. Okay, so double jump back here. Just follow this route back to this branch here. Stop here. Stop here. Now you want to spawn your wolves. And put on the traveler's gear that you got earlier on. All that traveler's gear gives you great magic protection. Slap all that gear on. Spawn your wolves. And equip the meteoric ore blade in one hand. Get that ready to go. Make sure you refill your FP. Ore blade slack. I have the dagger on for the Margaret boss fight. Okay, now we want to get onto that balcony there. Be advised that all these invisible sorcerers are going to spawn down below. Once your wolves engage, jump down here, simply flip around and open up this treasure chest here and get the Night Comet spell. Now we're just going to gallop to the west here underneath this arch. Quickly now, get past this guy. And the other guy, there's one guy here that you killed earlier on. So now that'll just leave one guy to take care of. And I didn't finish him off. There, now he's finished. And loot this chest here. And get yourself the Spell Drake Talisman. And that's it. That's my new way of dealing with this area. Really easy. Just stealth across the rooftops. And take care of business. And now we have the Night Comet spell. This spell cannot be dodged. It's a fantastic spell. You know how you do invasions and you know, you're trying to do an evasion and the guy's just dodging everything you throw at him? Night Comet is the answer. So that's what you're going to put in your 4th spell slot. And the Staff of Loss is going to give a bonus to the Night Comet spell. However, its sorcery scaling is not as powerful as the Meteorite spell. See, boosts invisible sorcery. but you can hold it in your left hand and it will still give a boost to the Night Comet spell. So hold it in your left hand and cast Night Comet from your Meteorite spell in your right hand to get the most bang for your buck. And now I'm going to show you a fantastic way to farm those Vulgar Militiamen. It's super fast with Night Comet. All it takes is 2 of them, and Night Comet is another spell that can be charged by holding down the attack button. So just go galloping up here. You can do all this on horse. Get near one of these Vulgar Militiamen, charge the first Night Comet, and just send out another one right away. And instant kill. And just gallop towards the next Vulgar Militiaman. Same thing. Charge the first Night Comet, send out another one right away, instant kill. Now you can farm these guys like super fast. Do it all on horse. Super easy. 2 Night Comets each. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. I believe this farm might be even faster than the rolling ball farm. Maybe. If not, it's pretty damn close. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few more just for demonstration purposes. Besides, I want to earn enough money to level up again. And then I'm going to show you a couple other things that you can do with this build. This and Rocksling are pretty much going to be your heavy hitters. But don't forget, Glintstone Pebble and Magic Glint Blade are still going to be very useful.
Slack. In the beginning of the video, you were using Loretta's Great Bow in the intro. Where's Loretta's Great Bow?
Yeah, I did use Loretta's Great Bow in the intro. How about that? That's some blatant false advertising, eh? Well, you know what? We can do that in the Overdrive version of this build. Post a comment if you want to see the Overdrive version of this video, of this build rather. Yeah, I've got something prepared for that. We can get Loretta's Great Bow fairly quickly at this point. Yep, Spellsword Speed Build Overdrive. Want to see that? Post a comment. Okay, so I got enough to level up again. Points into Vigor until further notice. And now we're going to massacre a whole bunch of trolls. Just for good measure. This is some easy money too. Just to demonstrate how you can manhandle trolls now. So, off to the Aguil Lake north side of Grace and dash off to the north here to the Spirit Spring. Take the Spirit Spring up. All these giant trolls now can be easily manhandled with Rocksling. You can start off with this one here. Rocksling has fairly good range. This one, however, this troll, he's like far enough away, I believe, that only 2 Rockslings are actually hit him. 2 of the rocks are actually hitting him. But typically you can finish off these trolls with 4 Rockslings max. Okay, so many of you know what's going on in this field here. There's 5 trolls in this field. Make sure you lock onto their body for maximum effect. And you always stun them on the 3rd, sometimes even the 2nd Rocksling. And you always get a enemy group refill every time you kill these guys, so it's no problem. I love doing this. I find it a lot of fun knocking these guys out. Pardon me, knocking these guys out with Rocksling. I just find it a total ride. I love doing it. And it's 1,000 runes a pop. And as some of you know, there's a statue in the middle of this field that has 5 smithing stones, 1 And 1 smithing stone too, but you have to get a troll to break it open. So what you could do is just kill all the trolls except 1, which is what I'm doing. You're next, buddy. Knock him out. I just love doing that. You can even run up to him and do a critical hit with your meteoric ore blade, which is what I attempted to do. But I just ended up killing him. And finally, 1 troll left. This one, if you want the smithing stones in that statue, you're going to have to leave him alive. So just kind of hassle him a little bit. Get him mad. There we go. It's going to take him a while to figure it out because these guys aren't the brightest bulbs in the bunch there. Over here, buddy. Somebody hit me. Over here. Oh, it's you. Yeah, it's you. There we go. Over this way, buddy. Stand behind the statue. He comes charging towards you. Breaks open the statue. There we go. And wait for him to attack. Run away and blast in those rock sling. Isn't that a riot? Double knockout. This is totally messed him out. And go grab the smithing stones. I can't believe I forgot the smithing stones. That's because they aren't even relevant to this build. Which I should explain. The meteorite staff cannot be upgraded with smithing stones. And the meteorite staff has really good scaling. Has S scaling. Top tier scaling. So every time you level up intelligence, its sorcery scaling is going to increase by a lot. And it's going to be viable up to around level... Well, we're there now. At level 38, the Academy Glintstone Staff will outperform it if you level up the Academy Glintstone Staff to plus 17. If you want to go that route and collect a whole bunch of smithing stones. But, you know, you can just use the Meteorite Staff like well into mid-game. I'll explain more about that in, well, Overdrive. Assuming you all vote for me to continue. Okay, so we're right here. We might as well collect all these golden runes to make some more money. And should be able to level up. Yeah, definitely level up again. Just checking to make sure I got all the golden runes. And we're going to end off this run at the True Tabella. I thought I went back to the round table. Anyways, let's sell off those golden runes. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I want to show you. Invasions. Handled with Night Comet. Okay, so we can level up again. More points into Vigor, definitely. Just because we're playing as a sorcerer, spell swords, doesn't mean we don't need health. Back to Agil Lake North. And we're going to do that Bloody Finger invasion. Switch over to your Night Comet. Make sure you have the Staff of Loss equipped in your left hand. Now, I know many of you know how much of a fucking pain in the ass these invasions are. I'm not talking about the multiplayer invasions. I'm talking about like NPC in-game invasions. And there's a Bloody Finger invasion off to the northeast here. We could quickly grab this golden rune too. And then down to the east here. Discover this side of Grace, Murkwater Coast. And looks like I'm just short of leveling up again. head down to the southwest here, keeping the cliffs. I know what I'm doing here. Yeah, right. If you go, see what I'm doing here, like the Aguil Lake North side of Grace. If you slide straight across and put a beacon there where I put that on the edge of the cliff, this is a fairly, operative word, fairly safe place to drop down. Right here. You will take some damage, but you'll survive. So drop down here. Take a flask to refill, and this in here, in this river, will spawn the Bloody Finger Nergulus invasion. This guy. 4 night comets will kill him. Easily. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. No dodging. No running around. No panic. Just dead. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. There you go. So now you are fully equipped. You got Night Comet, you got Rock Sling, you got all kinds of, you know, toys to mess around with. And that is my 90-minute Spellsword Speed Build. And like I said, post a comment if you want to see this taken into overdrive. Alright, we're done here. My name is Major Slack, and I definitely approve this video. Thumbs up for a super extra long video. And thank you very much for watching. And if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment. And it's going to show you the final running time, 1 hour and 32 minutes. 90-minute Spellsword Speed Build. Take a bow, Sabrina. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.